Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humanoids of all descriptions, welcome to the channel. I'm Cap, this is my place, and this is Manicotti Part 2. Let's get started. So in the last video, we made the stuffing for the Manicotti. Today, for equipment, we need an oven-safe pan. If you want to use glass or ceramic, make sure that it's oven-safe and that you don't get it just off some random internet site. Make sure you buy it from the manufacturer's website. We need a roll of aluminum foil, and we need a butter knife. I have one box of Manicotti tubes, so that's going to give me enough Manicotti to serve 3 people and have some leftovers. I'm going to stuff one tube, shut the camera off, finish stuffing the tubes, and heat the oven up. It's going to go in the oven covered with and lined with foil at 400 degrees. The metal pan gets lined with foil because the spaghetti sauce that the Manicotti gets covered in is acidic. The hotter a piece of steel is, the more readily it interacts with oxygen, and that interaction, coupled with the acid, will rust this pan no matter what kind of nonstick coating is on it. We don't want rust in our food. Let's get started. So, from having been in the refrigerator overnight, the filling that we made that was so loose yesterday is now nice and firm. So, we're just going to take our butter knife and begin stuffing the filling into the tube until it's good and full. Make sure it starts coming out the other end, and just poke it through with the knife. For those of you thinking of trying a pastry bag, I have tried that, and because of the consistency, the combination of the different types of cheeses and the meat, it's simply impractical. So we just go ahead, carefully work with the butter knife. These are pasta, and you can break it. So again, once it starts to come out the other end, that's when you should consider this to be full. So this is what the shell should look like. When this is full, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour spaghetti sauce in here until the pasta shells are covered. And then I'm going to cover this up tightly with another piece of foil. And I'll be right back. All right. This is what your Manicotti should look like at this point. So this pan contains enough Manicotti, like I said, for 3 people, plus leftovers for them. And I've made this another small pan so we can uncover and plate it up so you can see what the finished product looks like. Again, we're going to cover these tightly with foil. Now, because I know somebody someplace will do this if I don't warn you, this is going in the oven at 400 degrees for an hour. Any item that's been in the oven at 400 degrees is 400 degrees. Use oven mitts. Next thing, we have leftover stuffing. The recipe calls for enough ingredients to make stuffing for 30 manicotti tubes. This freezes nicely, so I'm going to cover these. I'm going to put them in the oven at 400 degrees, and then I'm going to turn the camera back on and show you how to package this for the freezer. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So what I've got and we're back. While that's in the oven, we're going to store away the leftover stuffing. This, no kidding folks, is a freezer bag. We're simply going to take the bag, roll it so there's a cup to hold it open, and we're going to spoon the leftover filling into this bag. Now, once we're done with that, for ease of storage, I'm going to take this cutting board and I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to use it like it's a rolling pin, and I'm going to flatten out the bag full of stuffing. Then, once that's done, I'm going to use this cutting board as a base in the freezer. That way, the loose stuffing doesn't use its own weight to press itself around the wire rack inside the freezer. Later on, when this is frozen solid, and it'll happen pretty quickly, I'll just be able to go and retrieve the cutting board and the bag can sit in the freezer almost indefinitely. As you can see, there's room for a lot more in here, but this was the size bag I had, so that's the size bag we're using. And into the freezer this goes. So in an hour, I'll see you, and the manicotti will be done, and we'll plate some up so you can get a look at it. See you in a minute. So we're back. Manicotti's just come out of the oven. I've plated 3 of them up so you can see what the end result should look like. They were in for an hour at 400 degrees. So, this is dinner at your place. Some of you, however, may be cooking at your place and serving elsewhere. And so, this is what you should do. The manicotti is in the metal pan I cooked it in, still in its foil tent. It's heavy because there's high liquid content and a lot of fat from the cheese. That's going to keep it hot, but handling it can be difficult. So I've placed it in 2 foil trays, which I'm now going to cover with a layer of foil, and I'm going to get on the road because I'm cooking here at home and serving elsewhere. So good luck with the recipe. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.